Hello.
Hi from Congo. We are reporting live from not live, actually, not at all. By the time you get this, it'll be like 2 days, 3
Who
days,
knows how
12
many
days
later,
later.
right?
We don't know. But we're reporting from the Coco Lodge, which is one of the nicer hotels in Bukavu in the DRC. We're not staying here
Right.
because it's too expensive, but we are having drinks.
Yes.
Cheers. And we are getting some Wi-Fi and catching up with some of Leanne's old friends and doing our video blog. So today was a busy day. We did start shooting at Panzi right away. I got my camera out and we're running around, for those of you who know the expression, shooting B-roll, which is kind of just basically shots around the hospital, and it's a bit of a challenge. We want to be sensitive to the women and people who are there and not reveal their identities. Some of them, as you know, are victims of violence, have survived bad experiences, and we don't want to parade them around or put them in danger. So we are shooting the backs of their heads or trying to avoid shooting them entirely, and that can create a problem because there are a million of them. They're just all around, and so trying to get shots of the buildings without shooting their faces is kind of a challenge. But we want to showcase every inch of the hospital as much as we can, so we did a lot of shooting all day today, and then we also got to do some interviews.
Yeah, so one of the highlights today was the opportunity that, to interview the heads of departments. So at the hospital there are 5 departments, and I'm not going to be able to remember all of them, but it's like pediatrics, internal medicine, gynecology, cardiology, and then there's one we're missing. And so we've had the opportunity to interview 3 of the heads of those departments, and it's been fantastic because we've had a chance to ask them about the work that they're doing, what they're proud of, what they think they do well at Panzi, a little bit about themselves. And so you'll have that to look forward to in what April's going to be putting together. So we're super excited about the opportunity to kind of showcase the incredible work that's going on here at Panzi Hospital.
One thing we were really impressed and struck by, we were asking them to talk about the women who had come through there, and they all have a tremendous respect for women, which you hear about Congo and how negatively the men around here think about women, and nobody has any respect for them. And these doctors, they all talked about their wives very kindly and their daughters and how much they love them, and they even one of them came out to say, we have a duty to protect the women. We shouldn't be, we have to watch out for them, and we should be taking care of them. And it was just nice to hear that kind of defy the stereotype of what you think of when you think of Congo.
Yeah,
it was nice to hear that different thing.
Good.
But we did explore a lot today. We got to go to the lower area where the women, the survivors are, the ones who have experienced some of the worst atrocities, and they're actually selling crafts. They're creating crafts, and so it was a really kind of interesting experience. They were we saw them eating. We were there around lunchtime, and they were eating, and then some of them are weaving baskets, and they're carrying children on their back and weaving baskets and doing laundry.
That's that part of it. So the hospital is a general operating hospital that receives over 18,000 patients a year. Okay, for a variety of, again, they have all these departments, so they're treating a variety of ailments. They're the only hospital in the area. Well, there's another one that's here, but in terms of treating individuals from the community. And then you've got this separate wing of the hospital which handles the survivors of sexual violence. So on the part that April's talking about is one section of the hospital, and on any given day you'll have about 300 women who are there who are receiving gynecological care of some sort because of the violence that they've experienced. So maybe they're getting treated for a sexually transmitted infection or because of some sort of an internal injury that they have. So it's a pretty amazing part of the hospital, but also very fragile, many fragile dynamics, and it's not everyone can just have access to go down there. And again, part of what the women are doing are these crafts that are available for sale, and so it's a good use of their time as they're waiting maybe for the second surgery or to heal, or perhaps they don't know exactly where they're going after they leave the hospital, and so women have an opportunity to stay there and still receive care, and it is free. This part of the hospital is funded by external grants and external funders, and gives women an opportunity to truly heal, receive psychological counseling as well, and maybe some even skill development while they're there before they go on with their lives.
And they get to bond with other women who have experiences.
One of the other things we got to do today, well, somebody that we wanted to mention who's been very integral to what we're doing is a young man named Ali. And Ali I've known since he's 18 years old. I met him 5 years ago, and he has been working for me as a translator. He finished college here in Bukavu, and now actually he is an employee of Panzi Hospital, Panzi Foundation, DRC, actually. So that it's been fabulous for me to, he's like the son I never had, so it's been fabulous for me to kind of watch his development and progression and this movement from no job to actually now working at Panzi Foundation, DRC, and that's just been fantastic. We love him, and he's been
his
helping
English
us.
is amazing.
It's impeccable, and he's been better than most of my students, I would have to say. And he's been actually helping us with the translation again. So he's been doing translation for me for the past couple of years, and he was excited to be part of the project. So
and he's looking at grad school in the States, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So we're really excited
Smart
for
guy.
Ollie. Nice to have that connection with him.
So tomorrow we're going into Bukavu with Mama Zawadi. We mentioned her before, and we're going to start interviewing women.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited. The
exciting.
success stories, finally, yay!
Yeah, it's going to be great. Mama Zawadi's been so terrific about helping us and trying to figure out, how to reach out to the women who have actually, graduated, so to speak, from Panzi Hospital and from the other programs, the aftercare programs. This requires her to actually not only make contact with the women in certain groups, but, for example, it might even mean elders within a particular area, whether it's in Bukavu or outside of Bukavu. So she's been willing to assist us with that process. There are all these logistics that have to be handled, so you can't just go out and do this sort of thing. She has to handle all that prep work. We have to find a vehicle. We have to have a driver. We have to have someone who can take us out tomorrow.
We need permission from the village elders to shoot.
Yeah, so
hope nobody hits us up for bribes or anything.
Yeah, so it's a complicated bit of a process, but we're just really thrilled we'll have the chance to go out with her tomorrow. And of course, Ali will accompany us because we will need a translator, so that will be fantastic. We're really excited to finally be talking to some of the women.
And it's a big day at Panzi Hospital tomorrow. We're going to probably miss most of it, but because we'll be shooting, as we said, but they're getting, well, they probably have it now, but they are cutting the ribbon on a new CT scanner, and it's big news, huge.
Digital, which they have not had and really needed.
Yeah, so this is happening. The governor's going to be there. Yeah. It's going to be a big press conference. Everybody who's anybody is going to be there. And of course, that means we will not. We're going to miss it. But it's big news, and yeah, we're excited for the hospital. Thank you again for your support.
Thank you.
Here's
to all our
Congo.
supporters.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. See you next